Hey, what's good, gamers? Ackland here, and of course, welcome back to each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about high time that we talk about Magni's journey. Now, this is not going to be a video where I dive into detail about the quest lines and the quest lines involving Magni, because while I would love to make that video, it was just really good. That's basically all I can say about it. The quest lines involving Magni was really, really good. No, in this instance, I think we need to talk about the Awakening Machine, about the Earthen, and everything that has transpired. Now, there's been a lot of overlap in my last video that I've made about this topic, but considering not everyone watches every single video, I will very quickly go over it again. Now, for this instance, or for this video and the purposes here, we're just going to be talking about the Earthen, and specifically the Earthen of Kaz Algar and how they operate. They were made by the Titans. That is at least according to their edicts. This means the latest information that they have. But it has been so long that none of them can remember the Titans. They can't even remember their Watchers. They don't know who they were. They know, sort of loosely, that there were Watchers with them once, and that they served at the behest of these Watchers. And there's one questline with Dagran where you see some of these like newer Watchers being introduced that did some very questionable things to the Earthen. Very questionable things. And then they were reprimanded by what looks to be Tyr, but could also be Loken. Could be literally anyone. It doesn't look like Odin at all. But it could be any one of the other Watchers that reprimanded the Watchers and then told one of the Watchers to go watch the vault, but the vault is caved in now. So hopefully we get into that vault, because there must have been something important inside that vault if a Watcher was meant to guard that specific vault. We also see that some of the Earthen at this point becomes almost sentient. They start pushing back against their edicts, and they actually kill one of these Watchers. They are killed in return, and their memory cores are corrupted, or taken, rather. So it's a whole weird thing that happens. But one of the key storylines that you get throughout the whole of Isle of Dawn, and also in the Ringing Deeps, is that it is not, as the Titans would want us believe, that the Earthen are just loyal subjects, and no one ever questions anything about why they're there. From the very beginning, it would appear as if the Earthen, at least some of them, did have questions about what had happened to them and why they are doing the things that the Watchers demand of them. This to me suggests, again, this is a video that I made a while ago, but I will reiterate it here. According to me, I don't believe the Titans created the Earthen. I don't believe the Titans ever created anything. We have the Watchers that fled, really, to Avaloran to attest to this. You have the edicts of Tyr and of Odin, where they basically swear death upon the other Watchers for even questioning the idea that anything existed before the Titans arrived. And according to them, they just reiterate the line that we've known and come to sort of loathe, at least if you're me, where nothing can be created if it has not been ordered. Remember, in Titan language, there is no difference between the word ordered and created. It is the same thing. So, and there are Watchers that question this. Watchers that questioned this and left to Avaloran. I believe now, more firmly than I ever have before, that the Earthen was a mortal race of beings that were captured by the Titans when they arrived on Azeroth and forcefully turned into mechanical beings. Why? Because mechanical beings are a lot easier to control. It is a lot easier to just have your little hard drive and make it small enough to where you cannot hold all of your experiences and all of your memories, and we already know why, because the more memories they collect, the more experiences they collect, the more sentient they become. The more they start to question the very edicts of the Titans, and then give them in their edict. So in the software code, you write it that they have to go upload their memories every single few days or maybe a fortnight or maybe a month. I don't know if there's exact lore on that. I haven't found anything to that effect. But go upload your memories. Then you go into a recharge that wipes all of the memories, re-uploads the edicts, and then the awakening machine awakes you. Now, of course, we know that all of this went down about 5,000 years ago. That's when the awakening machine stopped operating. And since then, these Earthen have basically been trying desperately to just keep themselves going. Some of them have held true to the edicts, but some of them have not. The Unbound, for example, broke away from the edicts long ago, and you can see how they're trying to find passions. They're trying to find hobbies, things that they love doing. And while they still work really, really hard, they found love. They found relationships amongst one another, suggesting again that they were never mechanical beings to begin with. Because a mechanical being, a robot, would never by itself come to a conclusion that was not coded into it in the first place. Unless the Titans made a mistake in their coding and wrote a part of code that could be misconstrued as love or as a relationship, that would not happen for a robot. The fact that they have this suggests that their coding suppresses the mortal layer, the layer of their subconsciousness that wants them to be free. And we have just mounting evidence of this happening in Khaz-Algar. The Isle of Dawn is absolutely full of it. And then we go into the Ringing Deeps and we see even more of this play itself out. Of course, we also see the Void, and the Void is desperately trying to make more Skadron because, they want to have their own army that frees them, and you have the High Speaker that gave in to Xal'atath because Xal'atath promised that she would fix the awakening machine and all of that, but none of that is really important to what we're talking about here, because for Xal'atath, this is simply her goal. This is simply her game that she is currently playing. I think the most important part is the awakening machine itself and what happens inside of it. And there is one line, more than any other, that I think really plays itself out here. And that is when the Earthen asks Magni. When Magni tells her, I am Magni. And she says, okay, but then who am I? And Magni goes, whoever you want to be. Suggesting Azeroth freed them. She truly made them free. Now remember, we know that it is that Earthen that becomes a playable race. Suggesting that they no longer need an awakening machine. They no longer need to upload their memories. Their memory core is no longer limited in the amount of information that it can hold, thanks to what Azeroth did herself. Now, she doesn't make them flesh, but she does make them sentient. Now, let's talk about Magni. Now, with Magni, there's something very, very interesting happening here. And that is they refer to Magni as Thragar. Thragar because they have seen beings like Magni before. Beings of shiny metal that were the greatest among them. They were their leaders, their generals. They were the ones that they turned to. Now, if we look at what Magni does inside the Awakening Machine, it is that power that Azeroth gave to him that he unleashes to remove the corruption from the Earthen and then to free them. I feel like a lot of people focus on the corruption removal, but not a lot of people focus on the fact that it frees the Earthen. Now remember that the Thragar, or the diamond husk that was Magni, was given to him by Azeroth herself. Azeroth chose him. The first time we see Magni, he is the one that informs us that Azeroth did this and that he is now the speaker of Azeroth. This suggests that Azeroth has been trying this for a long time. Trying to free the Earthen. Trying to get free from the Earthen. And I don't think it's the Earthen that bothers Azeroth. I think it's what the Titans did with the Earthens. Now, I have a full video on that coming out, what exactly the Corway and Khaz-Algar has to do with Azeroth and everything that goes on with Azeroth, but I felt that it was important that we discuss this, that we discuss just another chink in the armor of the story given to us by the Titans. How the Titans are not the good guys in the story, but how there is something deeper, something darker that plays itself out in the story of the War Within. There's a lot more that is hidden to us, and I think that the Thragar proves this. The existence and the fact that there were Thragar that existed long before Magni even arrived suggests that that was what the Thragar had to do. The problem, of course, was that time was not yet on their side. It wasn't the right moment yet, which suggests to me that Azeroth at that time didn't quite know how to undo her own shackles. She didn't understand the intricacies of the prison that the Titans had placed herself in. Now, as I said, I have a video where I go into a lot more detail on that particular issue, and you can find that video. It's probably going to be uploaded. It's called, right now, at least tentatively, Escaping the Titans, Azeroth's Journey to Freedom. You'll be able to watch that video, and it will give you a lot more insight into what I think happened and what the Titans have been doing. But I wanted to bring out this video because I thought that it was at least pertinent and important that we discuss the Earthen and the experiences of the Earthen, as well as the Awakening Machine and what the Titans actually tried to do in Khazalgar, and most likely, if they weren't interrupted, with the rest of Azeroth. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this theory. Like if you like, dislike if you didn't. And remember, $5 over on Patreon gets you early access, at least 24 hours of all of my videos, as well as a chance to win some goodies on the 25th of every single month. So head over there. Links are in the description down below. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, be good to each other, be kind to each other, and I will see all of you in the next one. Peace.